welcome back to our channel. Happy New Year, because this is the first video I'll be posting this year. But yeah, it's good to see you all in 2023. We're gonna do this year and we're gonna do it good. Obviously you have seen the title and you're here because you're interested in finding out a bit more about the UK education and the types of school in the UK, with particular emphasis on Scotland. I know. I had promised to be doing a lot of life in the UK and living in Scotland videos, but I have been super busy and life has just happened. But I am back and I'm going to do so much videos this year because so many people are interested in this kind of videos as opposed to my family and travel videos. I'll still do my travel videos because I love doing that. I love travel and I love sharing my destinations and things, but I will also be doing life in the UK videos in between. As most of you are aware, there is this exponential increase in the amount of people jackparing. If you don't know what jackparing is, then you might not be Nigerian, or if you're Nigerian, you probably have been sleeping under a rock. Jackparing, basically, for my non-Nigerian subscribers, means immigrating from your country to another country. But yeah, it's a Nigerian language, and a lot of Nigerians have been leaving Nigeria at a very rapid rate. Yes, immigration has always been a thing, and people have always traveled out of Nigeria to the UK and to different Western countries. This increased rate of immigration could be due to the economic state of the country, or just unrest in some parts, or persecution, or whatever. Some people are just tired of the political state of the country and the fact that nothing is happening. The hardship is so bad, and I don't blame people for leaving, but so long as they're doing it legally. Most of the people leaving Nigeria are living with their families, and if you're a family person and you have children, young children, or even teenage children, one of the top things on your to-do list will be school and their education. Your priority will be your children's education. So I've got lots of emails and questions in my DM asking about schooling and education and just general things about the curriculum in the UK. So I decided to go ahead and do this video. Thinking about leaving Nigeria, or you have already left Nigeria, or living from any other country, like a war-torn country like Ukraine, or any part of the world that you're thinking of coming to the UK, keep watching this video till the end because it will be useful to you. And even if you're a single person watching this video and wanting to relocate, you need to save this video, because even in the future when you have kids, you would like to know about the schooling, and it's better to know early than later, because I made a lot of mistakes myself and I wouldn't want you to repeat those mistakes. As I said, I will be talking about the UK education, but I will be putting more emphasis on Scottish education because that's where I have lived. But I will also be referring to English educational system as well. So don't worry, if you live in England, you won't miss out. But yeah, so in Scotland, obviously, we do have different kinds of schools. We've got the private schools, or also known as independent schools. We've got public schools, which is also known as government schools in some places. There are also denominational schools. These are schools controlled by churches, obviously, like the Catholic school. And we've got special schools, mostly for children with learning disabilities or additional support needs and things like that. So in Scotland, we also have an additional kind of school which is called Gaelic school. They don't speak English, they speak Gaelic, which is the original Scottish language. But then there is also the option of homeschooling. This list is not exhaustive by any means, but these are the major schools you will most likely be interested in, and I will break down each of the schools, their requirements, what to expect in the schools, how to apply for the schools, or how to get in to both private schools and public schools, and what the pros and cons of each of them are. I will be highlighting in my next video. So now that I've told you about the types of schools schools in the UK. In this part, I'll be talking about a little bit about the educational curriculum. Okay. Yes, in Nigeria, we use the British system. So, for the most part, our curriculum is similar to the UK. But I did get some surprises along the way, and I'm still learning because my oldest child is an S5, and there's some of the things and qualifications that she needs to do, and I'm like, what is that? What do you need for that? So that is why I want us to learn together. So obviously in the UK, there is the nursery school, primary school, secondary school, colleges, and then there's the university. It's a bit different for England as it is for Scotland when it comes to the names of the classes. The qualifications are the same. So I know from my home country, Nigeria, when you're about to enter a class or a school, you are tested and you're placed into a class based on your academic prowess, or based on how knowledgeable you are academically. But that is not the case in the UK. The UK places children in classes based on their age. So it doesn't matter whether your child is a genius, or whether your child is an average child, or whether your child has learning disabilities and is struggling, or they are behind academically, they will be in the same class as their age mates. So that is a good point you have to try and remember. I know growing up, even after you've gotten into a school, if you excel, let's say you're in primary 1 and you're super clever, you get double promotion, and instead of going to primary 2, you will go to primary 3. But that is not the case here. No matter how well you do, you are going to primary 2 with the rest of your age mates. So when you see a P1 class, for instance, there will be all 5-year-olds in that class, as opposed to Nigeria, where in P1 you could see a 7-year-old, and you can also see a 3-year-old that is super smart in the same class. That is not the case here. So that's something you have to consider or keep in mind. At 2 years, your child can go to playgroup. It's not an official nursery class. It's just to play, to get social interactions and things like that. Then by the time they turned 3, then they can get into an actual nursery class. At the age of 5, your child can get into primary 1. Okay, it gets a bit complicated a little bit here, because in England they call this class reception, which we know as nursery in Nigeria. I will put a list of the breakdown of what England and Scotland calls their classes somewhere here in this video. Okay, so yeah, you can zoom in and read it. When it comes to the age, obviously not every child will turn 5 at the same time, so you need to consider the month in which your child was born, okay, and that will tell you when they will start school. But on the average, it's usually when they turn 5. In your child's P1 class, you could see somebody that is 4 years and 10 months, or 4 years and 11 months, or something like that, but you won't see somebody that just turned 4. So that's why you need to consider the month of birth. For instance, my daughter, she is born December 24th. Okay, but the primary 1 class started in August. In Scotland, we do start our new term in August, but in England, they start in September. But they started in August, and she started, even though she was 4 years and 8 months or 9 months, something like that. Okay, she had the option to wait till the next year when she will be 5 years and 8 months, but I said no, I want her to start. But the youngest person in her class was born in early February of the next year. Okay, so that's the cutoff. So the youngest person in her class would be, let's say, 4 years and maybe 6 months or something, or 7 months when they start. So I don't think you can see a 4-year-old in a primary 1 class, but you can see a 4 year and 6 months or 4 year and 7 month child in the same class. The child starts primary at 5, as I said, and then they carry on from primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and primary 6 and 7. Your child is now going to be in primary school from 5 till they turn 11. I'll leave this video here because it's looking like it's going to be too long. So thanks for watching. Hope you have gotten value from this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. Till next time, keep living, loving, and laughing. Bye.